Talon, they should be well aware that that's happened, as tips are already flying out between Makoto and FBZ. And well, to be fair, John, I think this is going to be happening quite a lot throughout this series.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. Again, that history between both teams. You know, Makoto and Hyde playing against their old friend in FBZ. Jackie and Savage haven't played against each other. Jackie and Q haven't played against each other. Hyde?
Hyde, he might be in trouble. He went for the D ward, but he's copying a fair bit of damage to the cookie. Gonna land perfectly though. Hyde still running, but not running quick enough. Gem able to take first blood here in the pos 5 Snapfire.
If that is something Makoto will pick up, or whether or not he just rushes the base boots is another thing. But yeah, mid lane should be fairly stable though.
Yeah, bot lane, they're gonna try and go with the Dispose. Savage already taking so much damage, and eventually they might just have enough. Meanwhile, top, or rather mid lane, Yopar, she ends up going down. Completely solo to Makoto.
And again, you are kind of evening out up top here for Jackie. He is still farming up really well, but KP's managed to pull ahead. And we're at that point where Q can be threatening on that Tiny.
Jackie's in big trouble here. He'll level up the reincarnation, but he needs some help. Makoto is coming in to rotate to try and help out with the secondary killers. Jackie will go for a run deeper into the tree line. No TP's coming out yet for Boom. Are they really just going to let him die like this? Chains are out, and it does seem like Jackie is set to fall, as KP just runs him down with Q. Again, no TPs to come.
Boom's still trying to clump around mid. For Boom, it does feel like this is the point where they can play around Yopaj. BKB's not quite done, but they at least have to kiss us up and skim. So they've got a little bit more damage to just work some of those bigger cores down. Would be big if they catch someone like Makoto out here, but they kind of reveal it with a Sentry D ward.
That's a very big pick off. They can find it. Savage not going to be able to juke out Torrent and the boat. As Savage, he will just try to stand his ground, but eventually will drop. That's the kill Boom wanted. Still, Scam is going to go down in the meantime, but here come the cavalry. Boom. They want to keep the fight going. Onto KP they go. They want the death drop, but already so low. KP might just drop, and looks like he will. Jackie will take the kill, but now the Fiend's Grip onto FBZ, but do they have the damage for him? Not quite yet. They'll toss him up, but it's not going to be enough. In fact, now Q going a little bit too far forward will also be punished here on the Tiny, as Jackie gets a triple kill on the Wraith King. Oh, Talon, they were off to such a good start, John.
If you can get a good grip off from Hyde, if you can maybe try to jump in with Q on his blink, you can try to isolate and break up that team fight of Boom. Have a bit of an opportunity to maybe look for that mid here, though.
They will. Scam does get caught, but Q may have given his life away for this. It's going to be a pos 4 for a pos 5 trade, and it will be. Yopaj does take the kill. Brighter side for Talon, though, is they do finally get that mid-tier 1 tower. You just start to ask yourself, is it a little bit too late for that? Jackie has caught up very nicely now on the Wraith King, and he's not quite at the point he wants to be, but he's at a point now where he can escalate that farmer's hide. He's going to get run down. Jackie wants the kill onto the Bane. Meanwhile, on the other side, they've got to zoom out onto the Kunkka. They might find Yopaj. Pretty massive pick off here for Talon, as they'll go for a bit more onto FBZ. Cookie's not going to be enough. Talon kind of giving it back the way of Boom now, 2-1. Very favorable trade going the way of the Radiant.
Savage will just sit back, go back to farm with Midas, play with the Devour. Boom could have an opportunity, but it's Talon who goes for the smoke play immediately after here.
He scan out. They scan onto Skim. Jackie's actually going to try and help out with this one. Stun is there onto Makoto, but I don't think he has the follow-up damage. In fact, now Hyde, he has the Fiend's Grip. They need help. They need to help this Wraith King out ASAP here, John. Jackie's gonna run. Sims, he'll be around, but there's your Fiend's Grip. They take him out easily. No mana left on the Wraith King, so no reincarnation to come. Jackie was 18 mana short. That was a really smart play from Hyde. He used the Fiend's Grip, drained 5% of his mana, and got to the point where he was, what was it, 12 mana short? 18 mana short for the reincarnation. Very clever there from Hyde, as now FBZ mid lane. He's going to static link up, but it's not going to help, I'm sure. Asthma Field might help a little bit more, and Tim's now. Dispose is going to be there onto Savage. They will rush him. BKB's up, but it may not matter. The damage output just way too high, as KB going to go for a BKB TP out, but won't make it either. Oh, what a back and forth game already here between these two.
So next team fight still feels like you have a lot to play with on Boom's end. And eventually you'll hit that refresh, you'll hit that sheep stick timing here, though.
Spike Smoke on smoke situation. Skem, he'll break the smoke, but Jackie gonna jump right in. Avalanche just set him up, but they got the X onto the Tiny. Drag him back, but not quite the Nightmare. It does save but hide. He's gonna drop immediately as KP. He'll get run down here, but he's still static linking, rather soul binding up. He does drop, however, as Jackie going for a bit more now. Wants Savage, but Makoto. He'll find Tims, but now Savage. He's trapped up. Mortimer's Kiss is flying in. The torrent connects as well. The Doom is gone, but Q, he jumps in himself. Now the Fiend's Grip hide, holding down Yo Punch, but it's not quite enough. He's gonna die back immediately as now Makoto trying to keep the fight going. But they have not found the first life of Jackie's. He jumps right back in, onto the Tiny, onto his previous teammate, wanting another kill and does find it. An ultra kill for Jackie now. Just one kill away from the Rampage.
You're not super durable yet on Savage. Like, the BKB fades, the magic damage rips right through, and he doesn't have too much bonus armor on hand. At least not until his casual playthrough comes in. Boom. Could still play aggressive here.
Oh, the skeletons. The skeletons. Are they going to get vision? KP, meanwhile, mid lane does actually end up dropping. Yopaj able to secure the kill. Tim's scouting out for his team, but does rebound out immediately as Boom. They've got it. FBZ wants a chase now. Tims, he'll be there as well with the Nightmare. Gonna put a stop to it as Hyde. Still trying to run, but Jackie is on the chase with the stun, but not gonna throw it out. He's just not within range. But Boom, they got the Aegis up. They'll hand it over to the Kunkka. And now, even with the low HP on Jackie, he won't mind jumping in onto the Ember. Makoto, big trouble here for the Ember Spirit, but he's still alive, just barely. Easy remnants out. He is alive. Tim's the one to drop, but does die back as now Jackie being Fiend's gripped up in massive trouble. Is gonna go down. Still the boat does fly in Savage. He's burning alive as he does eventually fall to Skem. And FBZ, he'll trace down KP here on the Death Prophet. But KP, he looks to man up with the Exorcism back onto the Kunkka. Meanwhile, Tims, this could be a dieback for the Marcy, but no. He jumps out with the Cookie. Back in onto KP again, but Makoto and Q right in onto the Marcy. Do take him down for a dieback. Tims is gone. Skem running right to Yopaj, but he does get taken down, as so does FBZ. Talon, they don't quite get the Aegis, John, but they just got everything else. They will get the bottom tier 2, but Talon, they have vision around this area. They could try to force a fight. Would be a very good one, but they've got the low ground for now. It's about how you jump in. Q, he might go for a toss back, but no, it's right up with the avalanche toss onto Skem. They'll just melt him down with the Snapfire. One down already here for Boom as Talon. They rush onto Jackie, finding the reincarnation life, but here come the buybacks. The Snapfire wanting to come back into this fight. But Talon, they have backed off. While Boom, they try to find themselves a straggler. Nobody's really around right now, unless Makoto, Yopaj. No, they see him. They know he's there somewhere. Makoto, he will get hexed up. Disposes there as well, but can they hold him down? The toss away, but the boat is still going to connect. Is it enough, though? The Nightmare to help out, but it's not going to be there. Makoto goes down. First death of the game for the Ember. And all the gold going back the way of Jackie. Jackie just blinking right up to the high ground. You find their target, but they do at least force Talon back towards the base. Perhaps? Look, very grouped up. Got a vision advantage. Yopaj immediately dooms up here on the Kunkka. So they jump in. Q, a nice avalanche, but FBZ he'll refresh with the double Eye of the Storm. Look at KP. He is going to melt. Meanwhile, Makoto trying to chase down the idol. The Kunkka in trouble, still fighting, though he's deniable, but not quite. He does go down as FBZ. He finds another. Now Makoto, though, how much can he get done? They do find Skem. The Ember at least clears out 3 heroes as Jackie is going to show up. He won't catch the Ember, but he might have a chance at the Tiny. He is eventually going to have to Yule Scepter through the stun. Nice blink away, though, and he's actually gone. Very nice mechanics there from Q to get himself out of that.
And both sides just kind of trade spots. Boom, start to take that jungle ramp. But they are starting to push into the high ground of the triangle once more.
Who do you doom first, John? Savage, who does he want? I think he wants the Kunkka. Still, Jackie, he's the first one in. He's already found Savage. The kisses are flying in as well. Savage, he's BKB'd up. He does commit the doom, but he's still maybe going to drop. In fact, never mind. He's out of there for now. Instead, Makoto, he's the target they really want on the Ember. Can they get the damage out in time? Yes, they can. Fiend's Grip, though, Hyde will hold down Jackie. Was already quite low on the Rage King, but but do they have the damage output for him? Savage will jump in with the X-Back from the idol, protecting the Wraith King for now, but KP still gonna charge him, but no Jackie. He mans up. What a Giga Chat, still surviving. Right back in Jackie. He does take down Savage before he ends up dying himself. Oh, his hide ends up going down as well. A 4-for-2 trade, but it really should not have been that way for Talon.
Get the opportunity to take that mid set of racks. All set of racks kind of open for the taking. They could try for the tier 3 plays if they wanted to, but Boom will go for the safe play.
They'll start Roshan now. Talon, they've got to find a good way to fight this. Q, he can start the fight with a toss back on Jackie if he truly wants to. Problem is Jackie has 2 lives and a BKB available. They'll just keep scouting out for now. Deploy breaks the Lincolns onto the Ember, into the disposed Makoto. He can't afford to die, but he gets the BKB off in time. Still Talon, they've popped their BKBs too early. They might need to back off, but Savage jumps in as well. Makoto, he's trying. Doom is out onto FBZ, but Savage, he might go down, but no, he jukes them out. Oh, he's juked them out for now. The Doom is still fine. Jackie, he'll back out of there, and Yopaj, he's the one to drop on the Kunkka. Kodo, there's so much damage being dealt here from the Ember.
They've gotten the buybacks on Boom's supports. Both Scam and Tims want to get back into that fight, but Talon will go for that smoke play angle anyway. Again, they've got Boom off cooldown here with a refresh.
Tims, Q, no, he wants Scam. He'll find the Snapfire. Makoto immediately in to try and help out, but here comes FBZ. Q, he will drop as the Kratos now. Savage trying to move in. Doom is out. Who have they got? It's going to be FBZ on the Razor. Meanwhile, Jackie, he does have that secondary life. They completely ignore him. Taking down FBZ first, as now Jackie with only 1 life is more susceptible. Makoto, he'll go for the chase. Savage right behind him. They've got the Wraith King locked down and take him out. Oh, Talon, here we go, John. They're onto a comeback in game 1.
They have to kind of play this hit and run style, make sure Boom is sort of declumped initially.
They see Makoto on the creep wave as the Aegis does expire, and Jackie will show himself. He's trying to bait Talon forward. Move yet though. They in completely blind here, Talon, so they'll have to wrap around the other way. Find an opening that suits them. Now mid lane, Savage, side device is out. They will block with the Lincolns, and Savage for now going to be fine as Makoto right in, just scouting out for his team and Q. With the avalanche toss onto FBZ. Makoto, he just keeps going on the Ember. He does not give a crap, but FBZ will drain some damage away from the Ember Spirit. Meanwhile, Jackie has found hide on the Bane. That's 1 down. But Boom, can they find any more? Makoto still around, but Japoi trying to get a side device off. Will break the Lincolns into the side, but now with the link out and the double the Eye of the Storm, it's a lot of damage. Still Savage gonna jump back into the Doom, but he's gone. Oh, he tried to save the Ember, and he does do so, but it costs his own life. Can they find Jackie at least? It doesn't seem like it. He's on the run. Instead, they'll be forced to take Skim on the Snapfire. Meanwhile, KP does at least find the first life of Jackie, but can he get a second? Fiend's Grip is there. Hold him down from hide. Jackie needs some help. They'll just keep holding him down into a double Doom out. Jackie, he's got no way to survive this. Now Savage, right onto FBZ, takes down another. Yopaj, he is forced to run on the Kunkka. He cannot keep the fight going. They do commit buybacks for that fight, Talon, but I think it's well worth it.
He managed to find a lot of big kills. Savage doesn't want to be caught out here. Oh boy.
Oh, bitch. Side device, Savage. That's a dieback, Savage. That's a dieback, sir.
Boom can play the way they want to, or Talon can play the way they want to. This Roshan's big for Boom. It has the free refresh shard, so way more spells to spam out here.
You got to think about the Rizpol and Minamipo strategies here, John. You get Divine Rapiers, and you TP back in the Reincarnation Luck, so you never lose the Divine. It's brilliant. Like, you just get to play Divine Rapier. What's stopping him, right? He'll refresh, pop his BKB, TP out, and he'll be fine. In fact, Q, he may not be so fine, but the Aeon Disc gonna save his life as now Savage jumping in, Doom out right onto the Kunkka, but he's doomed himself. Oh, he's doomed himself, the Lotus Orb. He's gonna save the life as Yopaj. He's gonna be fine to walk out, and now Tim's going right back on Makoto, forcing the Fiend's Grip, and Makoto's been caught out. The Nightmare's not gonna save him. He is gone. He could buy back though if he wants to keep this fight going. KP has been caught back now. Savage, he'll refresh. The buyback is there. Jackie might lose that first life, but still healing up, still surviving. Does finally go down. They'll find Tim's on the Marcy. Jackie, who do we aim? Onto the Scam, onto the Snapfire. They'll take him down. Meanwhile, Savage being tossed away by Q, being saved by the Tiny. Tiny Airlines getting Savage out of there just in the nick of time. No visa necessary. He's just fine.
No, with that Ags up on Jackie, it's very low risk to toss literally anyone as long as Jackie's close by.
There you go.
I think this is down to whoever gets... What's the one with the refresh? That little orb that refreshes all your items? Yeah, if whoever gets Ex Machina with 20-second BKB, you're pretty happy with that.
Here we go, though. Boom, they're not going to wait that long. They'll refresh on FBZ, and they'll get started. Keep in mind Makoto, he does have that Stygian Desolator, so his damage is amped quite a lot. Of Savage already jumping in, has found Japoi on the Kunkka. They want to melt him down, and they've got him. Doom is out. He'll have the reincarnation life. That's about all he's got right now. Savage, he even found Scam on the Snapfire. It's another down hit for Talon as Q jumps in, killing off Japoi, and now FBZ trapped up with the Marcy. They'll take him down. Meanwhile, Jackie still trying to keep this fight going on the raid team of Makoto, just jumping all across the team fight, not letting anything happen to his teammates as they do find Savage. He'll buy back. He wants Jackie a second time. How much can Jackie do on his own? The answer is not much. Not without a BKB. He is going to go down, and Talon, they've successfully defended high ground. There's another Hex out on Jackie. 3 heroes down with that buyback here, Jonathan.
What?
Talon's got an opening. You know what to do. There they are. Look at him, Jonathan.
Oh my god. No way.
They're back in, John. How great's this?
They're going tier 4s.
They're going tier 4s. I mean, there's 3 heroes without buyback here for Boom. They had such an advantage. They had so many Roshans. But Talon, they are just a dedicated bunch. They want this win. They want to be the best team in SEA. And they might just have it, at least for game 1. They're moving on to tier 4 towers. Boom, they're going to try one last time to defend this. FBZ, he's in with Jackie with the feeds grip. Going to hold him down immediately. That's one life gone. Jackie, how's he going to fight this? It's all him against the world. FBZ's already going down. Jackie, he'll go for a run, but the Ancient is completely exposed. They'll just aim that down as Jackie does get caught out. No chances of escape. He's gone. And Talon, what a game it was, John. They're still trying here, Boom. They are still trying, but the Ancient is going to go down. It seems as Talon do for the victory. Game 1 to go the way of Talon. Oh, they soared high today, John. Boom Esports. They were soaring high, but they crash landed real quick.
That was I can't believe that game even happened. It was so close between both teams. This is what we wanted to see in this kind of tiebreaker. I'd say Boom will have more overall. I don't think Talon's going to be gunning for much outside of Enigma refresh.
Believes he's out of range for that, so won't bother. Still no first blood being drawn quite yet. You kind of ask yourself how this kind of quiet game, who it really favors. A Savage top lane. As I say, it ends up going down.
He still has a pretty good window. I think even if you don't catch out Lina, you're going to be able to punish that Enigma, who's not going to have too much farm. It's still a support in the jungle.
Omni was committed. Tim's leaps away from it. Now Savage maybe going too far for this. He'll spin for it, and he will just TP you right out. Very confident play from Savage. Abusing the phase boots movement speed to secure their kill onto Tim's, and even bot lane. Jackie, he's been caught out. PP right on top. They do get the rupture though on Yopaj. Nice rotation. Does save the day for the Bloodseeker. Everyone else going to be just fine as Boom looking for their 3rd kill. Won't find anything quite yet, and Talon again, John. I think they're more than happy to play a slow game as they do run right into FBZ, popping the Laguna, and FBZ, he's just not that tanky when you're surrounded by 3 heroes, and he just immediately ends up dropping.
Boom, though, gonna go for a smoke play. Yopaj does have his full blink up, so this is the moment when Boom can get really aggressive. He even got level 6 on Scam. Could force some big team fights here.
Oh, KP, he's gonna run right into Tim's. The X is gonna be there. It's a very aggressive jump in from the Marcy right behind the bottom tier 1 tower. You know, this is partially why I don't like POS 3 Marcy, because you just get so confident once you have Unleash available. Meanwhile, Boom, they have headed down bot to try and catch KP once again on the Marcy. They will start with a Splinter Blast, but KP now realizing something isn't right, tries to back off, but Yopaj right on target with the Avalanche toss into the arrow. That'll be another death for the POS 3 Marcy. He's going to be working on towards the BKB after the Maelstrom's picked up, and Well, naturally, he does already have it. But once you have the BKB, you are free to start joining these team fights as this Bloodseeker, getting involved with your team. Definitely not one of the heroes you imagined just to sit back and farm. Is now bot lane Tim's. Very deep. Cookie's gonna land. Dust is out, but leap towards the left side as now Yopaj just rotating into the curse. Hold down Makoto. Make sure they get the kill, and they will. In fact, an arrow landing on Hyde. Oh, there's a sniper in the house, John. Landed perfectly and completely blind from Tim's. They'll find a secondary target, and it's onto the bottom tier 1 tower for Boom.
Slow down the Lina, prevent that BKB time from coming out too soon. Start to snowball off the back of the fact that Jackie can just play early. It's a Bloodseeker with Maelstrom into a BKB. You don't have too much to worry about here for Jackie. Just rip through that bot tower and start to open up the triangle.
Savage, do you want to Omni? He's got a leap charge on Tim, so he won't yet as Yopaj. Gonna go for the Avalanche, but a quick spin TP away from Savage. There's no playing around. Oh, wait a minute. He's cancelled it off. He'll go for the Omni. This is really rough for Savage. He's gonna try to make a run for it. Does he actually get out of this? Yopaj on the chase with the Avalanche toss. Where was he TPing to? And why was it so long?
Maybe he was trying to TP to a lane just to farm. Maybe
Bot
working
T2.
onto Vaughn. Yeah,
I believe it was the bot tier 2, John.
Yeah, they were all TPing in there from Talon Center to regroup, so...
Oh,
let's get that opening
Makoto.
and more.
Sorry to interrupt again, John. Makoto. He's going to get taken out. Oh, Japoi, he's on fire now. 2-0-4 on the Tiny, but finding both pos 1 and 2 in the last 30 seconds.
Well, they have Black Hole, but no Blink and Q, no BKE. Not very easy for him to find that angle. They're just forced to surrender the objectives. As we've seen, you know, they give up their tier 1s. They're dropping kills 1 by 1 as long as it's not a huge bump up. And they're just making sacrifices to try and stall. Boom, though, doesn't feel like they're going to wait here.
Yopaj, she'll find the snapfire once again. Mega kill streak now for him, finding his 5th kill of the game. They are sticking around, however, protecting the siege creep, so they might try to apply pressure onto that tier 2 top tower, and that they will. FBZ will get started. This KP does show himself, but now the rupture into the blood right is going to hold him down. KP, where do you go from here? He'll keep running, but eventually will die. He will just bleed out to the rupture of Jackie.
And for Talon, I just don't see any itemization that helps him out here. Sanj and Yash is up on Savage. That's nice. You have more stats, a little bit of stat resist as well, though.
Alright, he's going to cop it. Sniper found him once again, John. Yopaj, he'll move in and take care of it, though. KP, nice disposed to get started. They also have Black Hole, though. Q won't throw it out yet.
Ooh.
They've got Yopaj. That's a great pickup here for Talon. KP sets up and wants a bit more. In he goes with the Moonlight Shadow. It's going to make it rather hard to fight here. As Boom Esports, they'll back off, but KB, he'll go back in, finding Jackie on the Bloodseeker. In with the Mortimer's Kisses now, but Jackie, he does have BKB, he does have Aegis up. In fact, now they have Q trapped up in a torrent. But he's going to be just fine to back himself out. They will head into that dire jungle. FBZ, he'll frontline for the team. Q has been spotted. The Eidolons and not easy kill though. Hyde also getting caught out here on the Snapfire. Savage does show up to try and help out, but Hyde's already gone.
Chill, baby.
They're just sacrificing, right? Like, you don't want to get these massive losses on Talon. Just sacrifice one hero, allow Boom to play the pickoff game, and just stall out for your bigger cores, stall out for these item timings. Hold on.
Still fighting into Black Hole. Q may get caught immediately, however, unless they can find Savage, but they'll go for the Enigma first. Arrow's gonna land, and that'll be Enigma gone. The Savage, Rupture is there. He'll try to BKB out and should be able to make it out as Japoi can't break the gap and does not have POS available anyway.
Yeah, they've got everything they need to go high ground. And Jackie's not under threat, just life steals off with Blood Rage, and just go straight up. They still have Aegis only for 15 seconds, but that's just a free reset for Jack if they want it.
He has BKB, but he might need to pop it, but the arrow is gonna land. Oh, Makoto not reacting fast enough that time. Once the arrow connects, there's no survival. There's mid lane Savage, he thinks he's safe, but the Orchid is gonna silence him up right into the boat. He'll cop the bash, and now the double torrent coming out. Into the curse, hold everyone down. Nobody dying quite yet though, but KB, he might be the first one. They'll X him back. Torrent, it will connect and eventually take him down. It does save Savage. At the very least, the junk does get his way up.
No. They've got Black Hole, but how do you use it without that BKB for Q? Savage only has to spin to play. Mikado's going to be back up. That could help with a wave clear in the defense. Just feels like it's a bit too late. They're forced to use Kisses just to hold back. They'll still lose the melee racks, and Boom's still more than happy to take that objective back off.
AC was just picked up on FBZ, so a bit more bonus armor towards his side. In fact, Talon, a big wraparound with the Moonlight Shadow now. Towards the Dire Outpost. Keep in mind, there is decent vision here for Talon. In fact, they are underneath Sentry Vision now. Tims is going to be spotted out. Nice Lotus Orb onto KP. They might find the Marcy, and they will still. Tims does go down. A 1-for-1 favoring Boom Esports, and now the full team fight does begin as Savage is already gone. Meanwhile, Q, he can try for the BKB TP, but he can't even do that. The bash is there from Jackie into another. They'll find Hyde. 4 down for Talon already.
And Mikado trying to get a split push going down bot, but they're going to lose what looks to be 2 sets of racks. With the Aegis Shards going the way of Boom as well, the secondary life. I think high ground is such a great possibility for Boom. And
17k behind. They need a miracle. That miracle does kind of lay in the hands of Q on this Enigma. Problem is, he's still just short of the BK. The Blink Dagger is Savage. Orchid up, trapped up already. They just take him down. Yopaj, he's really messing around now, John.
And of course, they've always got the X push coming out, so not the highest commitment required to take these objectives. They still have the Black Hole threat. Blink is up on Q. They've got to find something on Talon. I'll do the arrow.
Maybe. Disposer's there. Keep in mind, secondary life on the Bloodseeker, but there's your Black Hole. Q, he's caught 2 of them. That'll be Tim's gone for 1. Jackie, he will lose that first life. A curse out now, they're holding down Savage. Can they follow up on this? Yopaj, he's in with an avalanche toss combination. Q's down, Savage held down as well. He will drop to the Tiny. There's now KP or Yopaj just sticks it right up him with a massive tree as they do call the GG. Talon can't do it for game 2, but luckily for us, Jonathan, we get a game 3 between these 2 juggernauts of SCA. And John, can I just ask, is it you wearing the jerseys that's buffing up these teams, or is it my terrible predictions that's buffing up these teams?
If you consider the state of C Dota and TI points, it does feel better for the scene if Boom wins, right? That basically almost guarantees them a ride to TI. And
it's FBZ Mars. He's very good on this hero. You see him, he's got 19 denies in this top lane.
Yeah, there's also just not much Morphin can really do onto the
Jackie?
Mars. You just kind of want to focus on the farm.
That'll be a great pick-off. They'll pick up Jackie. First blood to go the way of Makoto on the Batrider. Very nice rotation. There's now Yopaj trying to help out. Is going to get chased down by Makoto, and he does have Lasso up. And look at this Batrider with the haste, and he just keeps chasing. But surely, oh, he's going to go for it anyway. Lasso is there. Onto Yopaj, he's completely out of mana now. Surely no way out of this. They'll try to Shadow Word him up, but it's not going to be enough. Makoto, 2 kills already the way of Talon.
It's a lot slower than you'd want it to be here on Boom, and that's time where they're not hunting down Savage, punishing that Morphling.
Scam, he's about to get punished here, John. They are going to find Jackie, though. In fact, Yopaj is going to rotate down bot lane. KP immediately caught out. And Makoto, this time, unable to make an initiation. Set up onto the top tier 1 tower here, Boom. Q, the only one really guarding it, but you've also got Hyde around if you need be. Q might just kind of sack his life here. We'll go for an avalanche and a Tumbler's Toy out, and well, Golem is going to be dropped, but Makoto is going to move in as now a nice curse into a toss back. Oh Yopaj! Outplayed there by Q and Hyde. Onto FBZ they go. They'd love a Mars as well. Instead, they'll go after Skem. Oh, I love that from Q. Curse into toss into the enemy team. And that gets Yopaj dead.
Bit of a long swing around if they want to go into that triangle. So gonna have to just let it go. Although they're still running forward. Do have Q's blink up here.
Pinging out that triangle, wards down. They're going to see Jackie on the TB, but can they grab him in time? Avalanche is up, Toss is there, Golem dropping now the Sunder. It's going to make it just in the nick of time. Skem saves the day, but can they save completely? KB, he sapped a lot of damage away, but now he's trapped up. The arena's down from FBZ, getting 2 of them. Hyde, he's going to drop and KB will follow. Oh, Skem with the Golem drop. It was so close yet so far for Talon. And now Jackie with the meta pop. He's going right after Roshan. No messing about for Boom.
Yep. They've got good damage coming through from Jackie. Not going to take too long to rip through that, but Now you have Mikado in with his own BKB that hasn't been popped here.
Very scary now for Boom. Meanwhile, oh, Savage. Savage goes down across the map. The Ags was up on Yopaj, and with the double damage, he wasn't expecting it. Now Q to get caught out on the Tiny, and suddenly Talon somewhat falling apart here, Jonathan. 20 minutes into the game, Roshan is still going the way of Boom Esports. And they are really just smothering Makoto right now, just following him down as FBZ. Gonna catch out his previous teammate. They can't land an arrow yet though, Makoto. He'll be on the run, but Tims might just continue chasing him down.
A really strong position that it's hard to kind of contest that Terrorblade. Scotty's almost done. A little bit more for the second ultimate orb into that point booster. And the Terrorblade's just going to be so hard to rip apart. Talon still needs a lot more to come in. Like, they need a BKB on Savage. The Manta's just not going to cut it. And KP just uses BKB to run off, but the presence on his Razor, again, is just not being felt here.
He's not safe yet either, John. He's caught out. FBZ, he just kept chasing him down, and eventually they catch him. Another death for the Razor, and
FBZ, no arena, but just the spear alone might be enough if they can connect it into an arrow.
very, very good in this Mars already. Q gonna show himself mid lane. In he goes again. FBZ. Toss is there though. FQ is gonna be safe for now, but they've also caught out Hyde. It's a 2-for-1 special. Yopaj, she'll take both of them. 10-4 now. 4K advantage the way of Boom, and
they're kind of reliant on Hyde to land some massive Winter's Curses. They've got that blink on Q, but it's been a bit difficult to find the angle in. They will go for a smoke play.
They smoke run Scotty timing John. FBZ, he's gonna break the smoke. He has Arena up. Meanwhile, Makoto, who did he actually end up catching? It's only Tims. Meanwhile, FBZ actually in trouble. On the Mars, they'll chase him down, and Boom, not looking for a fight, end up losing 2. They lost the Mirana. Smoke does not work.
It's a lot of time wasted here on Talon's end. Boom, just happy enough to stand back. They still have this fresh BKB and FBZ to show off as well.
Gosh. Makoto, but instead it's on to Hyde. They want the Wyvern first, and they've got it. Makoto also getting trapped up. He got stunned and taken down. Oh, Q, he tried to help out, but he could not do anything in time. In goes Yopaj. After Savage, they'd love the Morphling, but Savage going to be just fine to waveform out. Going to be an Arcane Rune sitting there at the top rune spot, but nobody goes to pick it up yet from Boom. Like Yopaj will bottle it up himself. KP. Position to break the smoke. Outpost to be taken. Can they get a stun on somebody? FBZ, he'll start on the Tiny, and Yopaj, he'll make the jump in, but the Cold Embrace is going to buy a bit more time here for Q to survive through it. He will be able to force stuff out as now the lasso. Makoto, Aeon Disc is going to be proc. Yopaj, he's still fine. Everyone backs off. BZ still has the arena up, looking to initiate once again, and Talon, they're on the run. Golem is dropped. It only connects on one, but they found the Wyvern. That'll be Hyde gone. Now on the tree line, Talon, they're all stuck right now. FBZ, where's the arena? Not out yet. Meanwhile, KP, he'll TP away as they find both supports. So Talon, they lose Hyde, they lose Q. All the cores got out of there.
Talon just can't get there in time. They're just going to have to surrender another Roche. They are starting to clump around bot.
Run into Jackie, frontlining this time around. Some raindrops on the floor. Easy. That initiation. Yopaj, he's going to make the jump in, but the Aether Remnant not going to connect. Now FBZ, not on the mark with the spear, but has a nice arena. Onto 2, into an arrow set up onto Q, so Jackie, he can get to work. Hyde, he'll at least get a curse off, but it's not an illusion. It will not save the day, and that's your curse down now. So Boom, they'll just keep going. FBZ, he's going to find Hyde on the Wyvern, and he will soon follow Q. Now high ground is going to be available, and without your supports, you can't really hope to defend this mid lane of Barracks. They'll have to at least accept one of them going down. The Metamorphosis is almost over, so Boom, I believe we'll back off after this. Unless, jump in. They found Makoto on the Bat Rider, and he's already gone. Oh, Yopaj just takes him out so easily.
And that's going to be 2 set of racks going the way of Boom. Talon's still protected down bot with a tier 2. But Boom has a massive advantage in this game for Ian.
Dota Plus just keeps going up, John. Talon currently 1% chance of making a comeback here. But they do have a chance. And there's your 5-man smoke up. This could be the final team fight.
is under
Opage,
attack.
he's in position to break the smoke, but does walk away for a moment as they are still rushing down. But now they have found a target. It'll be Tims and the Marana, but what a goal and drop scam. And now the arena, FBZ, he'll take down Makoto again. No buyback available on the Batrider. The Savage, he's going to try and chase down the Warlock, but Scam's just walking away into the tree line. And Jackie will follow very, very closely as Savage still trying after Scam. Spear is going to land, however. They found the Warlock, but what's it going to cost the side of Talon? Savage still alive, but can't really afford to die as Yopaj does keep following. But do they have enough? Not quite yet. The Morphling is out of there. Boom. Within once again. Savage. Action is there, but they completely ignore it. They just want the Megas up. KP's going to make a jump in, though. Try to slow this one down. Makoto unable to find a lasso. TB still fine as now Japoi jumps in after the Tiny, but Q also going to survive through it as Hyde looking for a curse, but now FBZ, what an arena! He's caught all four of them into the Golem and the Fatal Bombs, and they are just going to get wiped. Oh, it's not even close. FBZ putting a lid on this game. And it was only natural, Jonathan. The Kings of SCA 4-2 or 3. It's still going to be Boom Esports.
Yeah, they managed to make it work. They played disciplined in game number 2 and 3, and they come out on top. They get the points.